open to all researchers in India, and some of them are open globally. But main idea is that these are competitive research grants. So it doesn't say good science grants. So you may be doing good, but you need to be competitively good. That's the purpose. Besides, there are several overseas fellowships and grants also which are available. Just to give you a broad snapshot, this is a large number of organizations which are giving. This is not all the grants giving agency. There are other agencies also which are giving grant, but just to give you a broad map, who are the agencies giving such grants.
Professor, sorry to intervene. There is a small band on your PPT. You can just hide it so that.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now it's okay. Thank you.
So this is number of agencies are giving grants. Also, number of international organizations. Some of them I will mention in my talk are also providing research grants. When we are talking about central government, there are a number of departments which are providing. And when we are talking about central science department, these are the core science department: atomic energy, space, defense research, earth sciences, electronics, health research, DSIR, DBT, and DST. Besides, organizations like Ministry of Education, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Ministry of Environment and Forest, they are also engaged in scientific research. Most of them are providing extramural research grant. However, DST, DBT, and Earth Sciences, they are providing grants much more easily as compared to others. Others are more focused to their own goals, and normally whenever they are providing extramural grant, whether it is DRDO, whether it is CSIR, whether it is ICMR, they will insist that one of their scientists must participate in your research project. Whereas DST, DBT, and Earth Science, they will not have any of those conditions. So their grants are fully to be utilized by you. There are a number of opportunities for you as individuals, individual researchers. So we will discuss some of them. So these are fellowship opportunity in India, overseas exposure, and then the projects. So I think all of you know about GRF, SRF, and RA. I need not to comment much on that. This is something very standard. But then we have got Prime Minister's Fellowship. So Prime Minister Fellowship is primarily to encourage students to work on projects which are of interest to industry. So if what we have done, we have tied up with Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, and these guys are picking 100 best ideas which are of relevance to industrial research, and they are providing support to these 100 ideas. So Prime Minister Fellowship is primarily double of your JRF, SRF, and RA, where one part is paid by the government and one part is paid by the industry. Then we have got National Postdoctoral Fellowship. Postdoctoral fellowships are very important to start your independent career. In fact, it's a temporary assignment, it's not a job. But after you have completed your PhD and you are unemployed, so this provides you an opportunity to get established somewhere. And my only suggestion to you is, don't consider it as an extension of your PhD. In fact, you should diverge yourself into new subjects, new questions. Because question you have asked during your PhD, that is one question. But now you should be able to have independent question so that you could work. Personally, I also feel that since you can avail these fellowship at any institution of your choice, you must find a good place to work so that you enjoy flexibility and you could contribute more to the research forward. There are grants even to undergraduate students. An idea is basically if those students feel that there are opportunities to convert their idea into market-ready products, then they should be provided with such opportunity. So this is a grant which we are providing to young students. Some of us have a flair of expression by reading, writing, expressing, conveying it in some other form. So here we have organized a program for the young students, PhD student and postdoctoral student, to explain their science, whatever they are doing, in common man language. So they need not to worry. They can publish it anywhere in newspaper, magazines, blogs, social media, any place they feel appropriate. And once they have been published, then they can participate in this program. Some of you must be having research question in your mind, but somehow research infrastructure in your institution is not good enough to provide you access to those equipment. So there is a scheme called TARE, and this scheme provides you a research grant plus some reallocation grant so that you can complete your working on those research questions. This also gives you an attachment with another institution for a limited period, but then over a period of time, you can grow it into a wonderful collaboration. Swart Jayanti Fellowship is for those who have been active in a particular research discipline and have contributed a lot. So if you are in the age group of 30 to 40 years, you could apply for these fellowships. Some of you might have heard about Inspire Award. It is available right from schools, but in university, it is available at bachelor, master, and doctoral level. And we are also having faculty, which is considered like something like postdoctoral award for 5 years. There are fellowship by invitations. So if you are you or your friend is doing postdoctoral assignment abroad and would like to return to India, we have got Ramanujam Fellowship. And for those who are active worker in a particular field and have created a niche for themselves, we are considering them for JC Bose National Fellowship. This 25,000 rupees, which I have mentioned, they are in addition to your normal salary. There is a grant called SUB-STAR. Now, of course, SURB is not there. It has been replaced by ANRF, but ANRF has assured that the SURB program would be carried forward. So this program give grants to those who have completed the SURB project and have been graded excellent. We just closed yesterday this early career research grant, which is open for those who are up to 42 years of age and who have joined organization in last 2 years. For those who do not qualify for this, they can apply for core research. So these two are open in all areas of STEM, and you can apply anytime. Here, the main consideration when we are taking referees, so this is good not only for these two grants, for all other grants also. You need to highlight what is the novelty in your proposal, what is the work plan, why you are the best candidate to do it. So your project, what you have projected, your biodata must support your previous work, quality of work, where have you published your previous work. That forms the special formulations. And then where are you? That also we are giving credit. And in the end, what kind of support you have asked. It should be realistic. You should not ask a very high cost, because sometimes that also can take you away from the granting system. What we have realized that most of the early career and core research grant, they go to premier national institutions like IIT, ISC, CSIR, DRDO. So what we have done to that all central institutions have been done away with. And under this scheme, only state university and private university and colleges, only they can participate. We have started a program to attract more women researchers, especially those women researchers who have got break in career. So this program, popularly known as Vice Kiran, Women in Science and Engineering. So Vice Kiran, it is in three categories: for basic or applied sciences, for doing society-based program, and for self-employed. For those women who do not have a break in career, we have got two programs: Power Grant and Power Fellowship. Now, these programs, depending upon your status, if you are a young researcher, I would recommend you to go for Power Fellowship. If you are a established worker, I would recommend you to go for Power Grant. Then there is a grant which is called Women Excellence Award. So if any woman scientist get elected to one of the national academy, it could be Science Academy, it could be Engineering Academy, Medical Academy, Agriculture Academy. So if she gets elected to any national academy, then she gets a grant of rupees 5 lakhs without writing a proposal. Those of you who are working on a high TRL level, where they feel that their project could be taken up by industry, they could go for Technology Transfer Award. Department of Biotechnology also offer Tata Innovation Fellowship for translative research in area of fundamental research in biotechnology, healthcare, agriculture, veterinary sciences, and environmental sciences. Then government also provides support for industry relevant research. So if you're doing research which is good for industry, then you can apply. There are provisions for those which we call National Science Share. And here the idea is that those who have completed their natural inning and are still interested to work for science, depending upon scientific excellence or leadership, they could be considered for National Science Chairs. Each year, government could identify a high priority area. This year, we have identified electric vehicles. So, a lot of research is being supported in these high priority areas, and this would be changing each year depending upon this. We are also providing support for disruptive sciences, breakthrough sciences, out-of-box thinking, and such call are being supported. Right now, one call from Indian Council for Medical Research is open if you have got any of such idea for medical sciences. We have a program to attract best of the global faculty called Vajra. This is currently open only for public funded organizations, but then other program like Devha, which is to attract best of the Indian talent, best of the global talent of Indian origin, that you could participate. So far, what I had mentioned, they were all in open area. But then there are areas where government is considering priority support. So the difference is that in open area, success rate is close to about 10%, but in targeted area, success rate is about 25 to 30%. So these are the areas where government is looking for more and more funding. These are climate change studies, carbon sequestration, green energy, water technology. Cyber physical means integration of human and computer. So AI, machine learning, deep learning, subjects like that, supercomputing, nanoscience, indigenous development of equipment, multidisciplinary research, drug and pharma development, cognitive sciences, Ayurvedic biology. So these are some of the targeted areas from Department of Science and Technology. When we are talking about biomedical biotechnology, we are more focused on diagnostic, therapeutics, assistive technologies, biodesigns, transdisciplinary translational research in human genetics, rare genetic disorders, biosafety, biofuel, and bioaction plants. Ministry of Earth Sciences is focused also on these atmospheric sciences, geosciences. So friends, we must remember all grants are competitive, including targeted. The main idea is that targeted area are a little bit easier as compared to open areas. The other emphasis we are supporting is science communication. Idea is how you can take science to the masses. So even if you could develop some program, some activity to support simple meaning, like even large part of our society is having orthodox thought on celestial event, on sanitation and hygiene, weather and climate change, woman and child. So we can draw up some program for them. Biotechnology also popularized, but then they are more oriented toward the villages. They are looking how to improve lives of socially and economically weaker section of society by introduction of biotechnology popularization. At institutional level, we are providing support for program like FIST, and here idea is that lot of institutions are looking for a support to improve their scientific infrastructure, their equipment. So we are asking department that you should submit proposal not at individual faculty level, but at department level. And that we could consider, and we are providing support of various nature from 1.5 crore to 30 crores. And there are special packages for Jammu Kashmir, Northeast and Bihar, and women universities, and those universities where S factor is very high. Department of Biotechnology has got a Star College program where they are supporting uh, creation of facilities so that even undergraduate student would have hands-on experimental understanding of their subject. Lot of encouragement is being given to set up innovation and entrepreneurship centers so that students' ideas could be incubated within your own institute so that they are market ready when they are going out. DBT has established biotech park for the same purpose. So your student could go in those 9 biotech parks and do these things. Now, international cooperation is something what I have been dealing with. So we have our program with more than 80 countries, and we are inviting proposal from time to time. But my sincere advice to you is, once you have identified a potential partner, don't wait for the call to come. You should start developing the project, because whatever be the format, questions are going to remain the same. What are the project objectives? What are you planning to do? How you are going to do? And who will be doing what? We receive a lot of requests for participation in international seminar and symposium. And here the idea is that we should provide support. Our support is from several agencies, as I have written in my slide. But idea is that those who are more than 35 years, they could be provided support in terms of travel, and those who are younger than 35 should be provided support in terms of travel and registration. This support is available once in 3 years, and we are looking that if you are a student, you should have at least one prior publication. If you are a faculty, then your publication in 5 years would be taken into consideration. If we are talking about order of preference of our selection, then poster presentation has got smaller chances as compared to oral presentation. And if the speaker has got additional invitation to speak as invited speaker, or if he or she is chairing a session or involved in organization, then fellow would be preferred. We are organizing Lindau meeting, which is a cyclic meeting, 1 year physics, 1 year chemistry, 1 year biology. So people are meeting, our students are meeting with the Nobel laureates each year. We are also organizing Asian Science Camp at the undergraduate level, and this is happening in various Asian cities. So India hosted in 2019 at Bangalore. There is also an opportunity for youngsters to go abroad under various bilateral projects. As I mentioned a little ago, that we have program with 82 countries. So under any of those projects, a student could go out. There are a number of other fellowships which are available to our students at doctoral and postdoctoral level, with France, with Korea, Japan, Australia, UK. And these fellowships provide them an opportunity to be there for 2 to 6 months. Lindau and Asian Science Camp I have also discussed. Hope meeting is at Japan, where all Asian countries would participate. And then SIRE is a special program for the young faculty to go abroad for 2 to 6 months. And this provides an opportunity to interact and work in any. We are also having this opportunity, like sending PhD students to spend time in German companies. Women researchers could join ongoing Indo-German project, nano fellowships to those who are working in nanotechnologies, and paired fellowship if you are developing a young pair. Other interaction platforms are BRICS Young Scientist Conclave. Each year, BRICS presidency would identify certain themes, and we are taking doctoral and postdoctoral and even assistant professor for participation in this meeting. Frontier of Science and Frontier of Engineering are very, very interesting concept. And for example, in Frontier of Science, we are doing interdisciplinary discussion. So we would be inviting young achievers in physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, and then ask them to discuss on interdisciplinary subjects. Besides Government of India, there are a number of fellowships which are available to Indian researchers from abroad. Fulbright comes from the United States, and this is at the level of master, doctor, postdoctoral, and faculty. Just 1 minute. At master level, it is for 2 year full course. At doctor level, you must be registered in Indian institution, and up to 6 months you can go to US. At postdoctoral level, you can get a 2 year assignment. At faculty level, you can go for 1 year. Humboldt Fellowship comes from Germany at postdoctoral and faculty level. Newton Fellowships at master, doctoral, postdoctoral, and faculty level come from UK. Erasmus and Marie Curie comes from European Union. DART comes from Germany. Now, among all these fellowships are very, very prestigious, and one must compete for them. Besides that, several other countries like Hungary, Poland, Brazil, Australia, New Zealand, they also offer fellowships by through their embassies, and several agencies, Indian agencies like UGC, Ministry of Education, Biotechnology, they are also providing fellowships. We have mapped several countries in some areas, and these areas is very dynamic, and you can choose a potential partner. Some of the examples of international technology development where we have partnered with some of the foreign countries, and not only it is development of certain products, but also setting up of center of excellence, which we have achieved through these cooperations. With this, I think I would like to close, and I would be happy to take any questions from you. Thank you very much.
Yes, so thank you so much, sir. So any questions from the participants, you may please.
Yeah, please, sure. I would be happy to take any question. Only thing I will request that those who are interested to ask question may raise their hand electronically, so that coordinator could invite you one by one for the question. Please
Okay, so
hand electronically.
sir, I have one question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, like I have heard that no, if we are writing project and if it is software based, then it is less chance, and if it is hardware based, then only it will get accepted. So is it right or wrong, sir?
Can you say it again?
Sir, means suppose someone is writing project like project in hardware based, and someone is writing project on the software based. Then which project is more having more chance to
Actually,
get
it's not a question of what is the basis. It's a question, what is the question? What you are trying to achieve. And
Yes, sir, yes,
if
sir.
your target product is of interest to the country, or is on priority list of the agency, then it would be preferred. So, for me, there is nothing like hardware based or software based. but it is more of a question which you had asked that is more important.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, so Minal Patel, you can ask your question. You can unmute
Yes,
and ask.
sir. Hello, Sanjeev sir.
Hello.
Sir, actually, I'm working as associate professor here in Gujarat. Sir, actually, I have submitted many times research projects over DSP and even in Gujkos. But I found that many times project has not returned, or after the observations or the pipelining of project, finally it was not selected. So, what should be the criteria to have the selection? I mean, how we can submit a project so we can get selected on priority basis? Because I don't know, right, what is the internal side?
Now, as I said earlier in my presentation also, that what is the thing referees are looking at? So
Okay,
you must ask yourself two or three very pertinent questions. First question is, why are you doing it? Which means, what is the value addition to the existing knowledge you are bringing in? Are you targeting development of a new product? Are you trying to bring in some new knowledge only? Or your product is going to become something of importance to the society or market? So that is the first kind of question. Second question is, are you the right candidate to do it? So their referees are looking at your academic background, which have been your area of work uh, earlier. So where have you published? Now that defines what kind of knowledge set in a particular domain you have got. And then where have you published? It tells you about the quality of your researcher. So if you have published in high index journal, then you are a good worker. If you have published in low index journal, you are a worker. If you have published in a non-index journal or workshops or predatory journals,
yeah, conferences, yeah.
you are not considered, that contribution is not considered. Now, what happens, a very common mistake our people make, that they would list all their publications and referees start seeing workshop paper, they get cheesed off.
Oh,
Okay. Now, sometime funding agency will ask you to list 5 best papers. Now, 5 best paper doesn't mean your 5 best paper. Your what it means is your 5 best in a area in which you are submitting the proposal.
okay,
Okay, because people would like to see what are your strengths in this particular area. Now, if you are migrating from your area, like your previous work is in some other field, and you are doing a migration, so that migration need to be gradual. It cannot be jumping to another area, another domain. So in such cases, you should look for collaboration with established worker in that particular field.
yeah. Thank you, sir. And sir, one more question. Can we
Yeah.
do some kind of collaboration with NITs and other institutions? So, what
Yes.
should be the criteria for that?
No, criteria should be that two of you or as many stakeholders you have got, each one of you should have a definitive role. What, who is going to contribute? When you have submitted a collaborative proposal, it is the combined strength which is being seen. So your strength as well as that of your partner. And there should be a clear demarcation how the funding would be required for each participating institution, what would be their role, how they would be contributing, and how you are going to share the IP.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, so any other questions from the audience? Yes, Anand Raj Sagar.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Anandra Sagar. I'm tech student and IT Jamshedpur. Sir, my question is, there is sometimes get lot of confusing in choosing which organization to select to for paper presentation. There is so much organization. So how can we choose, sir, and how can we get better in that?
See, presenting your paper at an appropriate platform is important. So there are conferences. So one of them is called ICSU supported. So if it is supported by ICSU, Indian International Council of Scientific Union, then they are really good. And if you have presented your paper over there, it would be published in a refereed journal. Then there are conferences which are of regular character. Regular means after a fixed periodicity, it could be 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. After a fixed periodicity, it is happening. And each year you will find that it is improving in terms of participation. They are also good. Several workshops are organized just for a workshop reason. And that is difficult to comment upon because some of them may be good, some of them may not be that good. So you need to be very clear if it is either a ICSU event or it is happening at a fixed interval. These two, I am very sure, are good conferences, and your work would be published in the reference journal.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, so any other questions? So now I think no one is having questions, sir.
So
Yeah,
Sandeep has raised hand.
yes. Sir. Yes, Sandeep, you may ask your doubt.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
As you said about the various scholarships and various related to the
I think there is a break in voice.
Yes. So Sandeep, your sound is breaking. You may ask by writing also. In the chat box, you may write.
members or part. Hello, sir.
Yeah, actually, your voice is breaking. Can you write in the chat box?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, any other questions? Sir, one of the audience is asking your mail ID. Can I?
I have already put it in the chat box.
Okay, sir. Yes, any other questions? So,
We are waiting for a question from Sandeep whether it is possible, applicable, full. I don't know, Sandeep, what are you asking for? What is full time, part time? I request you to kindly elaborate in what respect, which is for this particular thing. No, full time scholar for which scheme? Okay. Most of the scheme which I had mentioned, they are good for both full-time and part-time. If you are talking about up to 6 months international abroad, because so overseas, most of the fellowship, they are just looking that you should be a PhD scholar. And it doesn't matter whether you are part-time worker or full-time worker, but as long as you are working in an institute for your degree, they would consider your application for overseas fellowship for 2 to 6 months. I hope it answers your question, Sandeep, but if you mean something different, yeah, okay.
okay, so any other questions from the audience? Okay, sir, I think no one is having questions, sir. So we can close the session, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
And
Thank
we
you.
will contact you on the WhatsApp. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.